Taurus. Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name's Carol. And Taurus, this is going to be an end of May reading for you. And it'll be my last reading that I'll give you before June 2024 readings come out. So what are we going to do in today's reading? We're going to be looking at, I want to get a general sense of your energy going into June. So I want to look at what situation you're sitting with. Could be a pattern showing up in your life, a problem, something you're sitting with that you're trying to deal with right now. And then what I want to look at is what's coming up from your shadow that needs healing. Now, that is definitely having an impact on what situation you're sitting in. And so those two will definitely go together and it'll really clarify a lot of what's going on in your situation. So if you're not familiar with the term shadow or shadow work, I've made a video for you called My Powerful 4-Step Guide for Shadow Work. And it's really a video about facing your shadow. And it's helped me a lot to just put that together for you because I've been on my own healing journey for about 7 years now, an intensive shadow work journey. And I work with a life coach. And so it's kind of been a compilation of everything I do that helps me do shadow work and look at my own stuff that needs healing. And so you'll find that on my other channel called Carol Cares. And I'll link it in the description box below. And then finally, I'm going to ask the tarot for some guidance regarding the situation you're sitting in. And then I'll also recommend you a couple other videos from my other channel. And I think that will really help you to kind of get you going in the direction you need to go into. So for today's reading, I'm going to start off with the Tarot of the Abyss by Tourian. And then I'm going to ask 3 cards from the tarot, hopefully one for each section, and then I'll clarify that with the Rider-Waite deck. So one more shuffle here and then I'll start. All right, so we're ready. So I want 1 card for Taurus here that's going to tell us what situation Taurus is sitting in. Ooh, that one wanted to come out. The Star tells me that you're already sitting in some healing here. Some healing's taking place for you, Taurus, right now. What's coming up from your shadow that needs healing? The World card. Wow, that's interesting. This is already a bit fascinating for me. A lot going on here. And what guidance does the tarot have for you? It's interesting. 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is the guidance. All right, so let's get into this with some clarifiers for you. So let's clarify the Star first. So Tarot, can you give me a few more? Oh, let me take a couple shuffles here. A few more cards here to tell us about this Star. All right, so a couple more cards here for the Star card. Well, we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Tells me what you're healing. And a couple more cards here, please. Let me see how many there are. Yeah, there's too many. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back in. And we'll start again. All right, so a couple more cards here for the Star. Okay, I did get a few more, but that's why I think this is manageable. The 6 of Wands. The last pile was a bit too much. The Devil in reverse. And the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, the World card, please. A few cards to clarify. Tell me more about this world that's coming up in the shadow here. One's not as eager. Oh, here we go. Here's one. The King of Cups. And a couple more, please, for this World card. All right. Gave us 3. I didn't want 3, but we got 3. The 8 of Wands. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Wands in reverse. 2 kings here. Okay. All right, new shadow. 3 of Cups. Tell me a bit more about this 3 of Cups, please. I'm going to put these ones away because there's too many. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Your reading will go on forever if I take 5 to 6 cards. So a couple more, please. 3 of Cups. Oh, okay. This one wanted 3. All right. I don't know why. A lot of cup cards came out for you. Ace of Cups. The Star card in reverse. So interesting. You had the Star card at the beginning, and then you get the Star card in reverse here. That all happens often enough. The Moon card in reverse. So it's interesting. All right. So let's begin with what situation, problem. Well, you're sitting in some healing. You're definitely sitting in some healing right now, and that is the Star card right here. Yeah, the Star card always tells me that there's some deep healing going on here. And I'm seeing here that you're healing. In particular, it tells me about what you're healing. And you have 2 cards here, back to back, right behind your healing card, that explain what's going on with you right now. And it's I can see that you're in a lot of pain right here. The first one is the 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands in an upright position is the card where these individuals right here are comparing their wands. There's, mine's bigger than yours. Mine's not as nice as yours. Oh, and look at mine over here. And it really is a card of like a conflict of egos here, all thinking they have the best wand. And so I'm seeing here that there's a real... this has really got you into a space where there's a lot of unworthiness here that's trying to be healed, that's wanting to come out. Because it seems like you're in a space here where you're really, maybe you compare yourself to other people. Sometimes I'm wondering if, you're somebody that gets online a lot and scrolls. We can do that, where we start comparing ourselves to other people. And it really can make us feel unworthy. And especially when you're in such a really vulnerable place right now where you're doing a lot of healing. And the 6 of Wands comes right behind it. And the 6 of Wands is, it's called the Victory card. And again, you have Wands here. So Wands is really stirring. Wands tends to stir things up. They're very much a suit that's in battle a lot and gets in a lot of trouble just because they want to move. And this particular 6 here and has a duality aspect to it. All my 6s do, which means, on one hand, this card looks like it's a victory card. You have this individual, he's carrying his victory wreath on his wand, and he's got it looks like he's got his victory, I'm not sure what those things are called. I'm blanking out here. This halo thing that he has on his head. It's I'll probably think of it later. But so he has that on his head. So it really, talks about victory here. And he has his supporters beside him. And so you think, well, this is victory. But there's a duality to this. So this card really wants you to dig a little bit deeper and pull that green blanket off that horse. And you're going to see what's lost. What's the opposite of victory is loss. And so there's been some real loss here and you're feeling quite unworthy. Really your self-esteem's hit a big hit here. And so you're healing. You're sitting here trying to heal your unworthiness. There's a lot of loss behind that. And I'm seeing what's happening here is the devil comes up, and the devil speaks to us about all these attachments, feeling attached. Look at these people; they're chained to each other. And so this card really speaks about attachments and feeling very stuck. And what are we attached to, right? What are we attached to? So what sort of things are you attached to? And we use things, we get attached to things, addictions, to help us numb our pain. And I think what's happening is because it's turned around, I'm wondering if you're in a position here where maybe what you've been using to numb is not working anymore. And sometimes that happens where, we sometimes switch addictions and this is not a reading about addictions here. It's not me saying you need to stop your addiction. It's really, I think you probably know, because this is in reverse, that, you're probably aware that you are using something or more than one thing to numb this pain that you're feeling right now. And because I can see here, it's, you're sitting with a lot of pain. It's causing you unworthiness, the pain of loss. And the Knight of Cups comes up right behind it. And the Knight in my deck, well, there's 4 of them. And they all, I call them my freedom fighters. They all want freedom. They want freedom through authenticity. And this particular Knight wants freedom to have authentic relationships. So I'm seeing here that maybe this has something to do with a relationship, a loss of some kind of relationship. Maybe you're suffering a breakup here. And you're just, when you break up from somebody, the feelings of unworthiness, especially if, you've been rejected or something's happened where it has just caused you a lot of pain. And because this Knight is in reverse here, it definitely, when a Knight, to me, it's like an adolescent part of you that wants to be free from this pain or from everything that you're sitting with, wants the freedom to have these authentic relationships. So maybe this is a pattern that shows up in your life where, again, this relationship isn't working for you. Maybe it's ended. And so maybe there's some real hopelessness, or maybe some anger that's here that has to be healed, because that's what happens when a Knight is in reverse. And so that's what you're sitting with right now. And so in your shadow, there's just some incredible things that are coming up here for you. You have the World card here. And the World card, look at that eye. Look at that eye on the top. And then how it wraps around this snake that wraps around here. And the snake signifies it's constantly eating itself, like it's eating its tail, and so it signifies that rebirth. And just how you're wrapped up. It's wrapping you in this like an embryo, you're all wrapped up. And maybe you feel like, you just want someone to wrap you up, and maybe you're in this fetal position right now, because sometimes it can get that painful. But the eye, I can't get over the eye, how it's just staring. It's just like, take a deeper look here. Take a deeper look into your shadow. There's something in there for you that needs to come up for healing. There's something here. And but behind it, and it's related to the pain that you're going in through right now. Behind it is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is, my kings are our masculine part of us. They're our ego self that is petrified, absolutely petrified of emotions. Our ego self will block us from getting at these emotions that we need to feel. There's something here that's happening in your life right now that very much has triggered a younger part of you, something that happened to you when you were younger. But your ego is saying, don't touch it, don't go there. But the universe says, no, you need to. There's something that's going to allow you to be reborn again, to be reborn. Because you need something here, because I'm sensing this is a pattern that has showed up for you before. And it's time that you get to the roots of where is this original pain coming from? Maybe it is rejection. I'm not sure. The Eight of Wands comes up here. And the Eight of Wands comes out. Wands want to be on the move. Wands speak about our purpose, what we were meant to do, what we came here for. We all came here to do something, whether or not you believe it or not. It kind of speaks of what because we're all looking for meaning in our life. We're all looking for something meaningful, and it's sitting in your shadow. There's these Eight of Wands, this movement, this creative movement sitting here. So there's something in your shadow that wants to move you into a different direction, finally. Because I know there's a lot of pain here. And I don't know how long you've been sitting in this pain, but there's something here that wants to move you. There is this Nine of Wands that comes in reverse here. And the Nine of Wands speaks about abundance, speaks about being very comfortable in our body, speaks about almost like a promise of abundance. There's like a promise here for you, and that's blocked right here. And I know we don't always want to believe that, but there's something good in your shadow. A lot of us think that there's that our shadow just has all these painful emotions and this stuff about ourselves that we don't want to feel. But underneath all of that, underneath our trauma, there are like gifts or talents that we have. And I'm seeing here that there's some real abundance with the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse that really wants to come your way, but it's being blocked by this ego self that's saying, don't touch these painful emotions. The King of Wands is the last one, and here's another king. So you have your ego self really coming out here in your shadow, and he's the ego self as well, but he's the King of Wands. And it would be, your ego self would be the one to say, this whole shadow work shit's bullshit. This whole thing about, you have these gifts, these things that you're meant to do is bullshit. It's all sitting in your shadow. But there's some painful emotions that need to be felt by you. And it's all about the situation that you're sitting in right here, right now. It's about, it keeps on, it's triggering, whatever you're sitting with is triggering the original pain that you had to feel. But your ego self is going, don't touch it. Don't go there. And the ego self will tell you that, that's bullshit, what I'm saying. If you're hearing that, it's like, there's nothing in there for you. There are. This tarot that I'm reading to you right now is a gift from my own healing. I ended up becoming a tarot reader, and I had no inclination or sign that I was going to. It makes sense now, but it didn't at the time. So yeah, there's some gifts here I'm seeing in your shadow that want to come out, but there's also a lot of emotions and maybe some trauma when you were younger that need to be looked at and felt in regards to this same pattern that's showing up in your life, and you're numbing it. The Three of Cups is here, and here's the advice from the tarot. The Three of Cups comes out here, and you see these three, there's two, there's three, here's the third one right here. The three feminine energies here, and they're celebrating, and it's about their emotions. They're celebrating their cup of love, their cups of feeling, and I think what this cup says is, what this card says is that this is a card of it's a 3, so it's often about creation. This one is about celebration, about looking how far you've come. Look at how far you've come already, Taurus. This is a reminder here that says, let's get some things straight here. Look how far you've come. I know you're sitting in this really shitty place right now of healing. It's tough, but let's take a look at how far you've come. You have a knight here that's in reverse, and the knight here speaks of, I already said that you had the Knight of Cups, and now you're getting the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands in reverse, both your knights are in reverse. So this whole, there's a sense of wanting to be free in you that's coming out, but it's very much being blocked by your ego self. And our ego self will block that freedom because you want to take your life. This is the Knight that wants to take its life in a new direction, that wants to take that creative wand out. And creativity means, it can just mean putting yourself first, taking your life in a different direction, right? The one that you want to go into. And that's blocked as well. And so the tarot definitely, you know, look how far you've come. We're going to take you into a different direction here by offering you this Ace of Cups. Here's your chance to feel. This is a gift from the universe. This is your way out. You want freedom. You want freedom to be you. You want freedom to take your life in a new direction. You want out of this, whatever this heartache was at the beginning. I'm going to call it heartache that you're sitting in. But here's a new chance for you. Here's a new chance for you to get back into your body and start to feel. Start to feel these emotions that you needed to feel when you were younger and you couldn't. The Star card comes out here. Here's the card of healing again. You know, it's like, this is what it was like at the beginning, where you were sitting in this healing position. Well, now it says, here's a chance for you to heal. Keep healing again. Here's a chance for you to dip your toe into that water right here and start to feel. And I know right now this is in reverse, but it can be turned around again. But the universe just wants you to just dip your toe into the emotions again. Just a little bit, because this water represents our emotions. When you start to feel, when you start to go back in your body, you're going to, and I can see here that you want the freedom to go into a certain direction. The Moon card comes in as your last card, and the Moon card's in reverse here because it's blocked, but that's okay, because the Moon card speaks of us about all these things that are hidden about ourselves. All the things that are hidden. It speaks about our intuition, our unconscious, things that we don't know about. That's what's sitting in our shadow. And one of the beautiful gifts that you get, one of the feminine gifts that we have, everybody has, is intuition. It's our inner guidance. Our inner guidance system. We all have it. This is not our inner guidance here in our head. It's in our body. But right now it's blocked. And so the universe says, well, let's start to process some of this pain, these emotions that you're sitting with. And then you're going to get in touch with your inner guidance. And that's going to lead you into the direction that you want to go to, that your knights want to take you in, that freedom that you want, this freedom from this pain that you're sitting in right now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with a video called How to Process Your Emotions. And maybe a video on grounding that tells you about how to get back into your body so you can start to feel some of these emotions. So take care, Taurus, for the rest of May, and I will see you in June. Bye-bye.